Hey guys, how you doing? This is one of, I think, the last videos. I'm pretty sure it's the last one, but I don't know if I might make another one after this. But basically, I wanted to go through how to transition to kind of becoming an NFT trader full time. How do you justify it? What does it even look like? It's something I've been doing for the last 2 years. Every now and then I go back to some sort of marketing agency because I like to learn about marketing and e-commerce. That's my previous to this. That's a lot of what my business used to be, a lot of e-commerce. And I kind of learned through doing e-com businesses, online digital marketing, basically, that business life is much different to being employed. In being employed, you're getting a check every month, whether it be $3,000 or $4,000. You know that for the year you're going to be earning 50 to 60,000 US dollars. You know that you can spend this much on food, this much on holidays, that much on savings, and you kind of have it all planned out. Business is extremely different, and I think the volatility is a very scary space to be, especially if you have a family or responsibilities. But if you can kind of have a method to this madness or find some sort of a process to it, then you can profit quite a lot. And obviously the freedom is amazing. Now, I wanted to go through what the last couple of years have somewhat looked like for me. These are all made up numbers. But we've had, this is what it's kind of been like for me, the numbers wise, and I'm going to go through this a little bit later. But I also wanted to mention, as a full-time NFT trader or someone that makes money in the crypto market, whether it be swing trading as well, every now and then, or just looking for opportunity. Basically, the more opportunities you expose yourself to, the more tools you install that give you information as to what's coming up, that notify you when certain deals are up, the more kind of deals you have happening in the pipeline, the more people you're talking to, the more stronger your negotiation process is. All of these play a factor, and this skill builds up over time. So I normally have a spreadsheet that has about 10 to 15 people's names and their email addresses, their prices, how hot or cold the lead is, when to chase them up and when to talk to them again, what price they seem like they're going to close for, what the profit margin can be, how much profit I can make if I take that deal. I kind of have some sort of a spreadsheet that looks like that, and every now and then a deal of those closes, or I end up, it doesn't have to be every day I do a deal, but even if once in 3 days I have a big deal, it's once in a week or once in 2 weeks I have a deal. It's a great thing, right? So you can see here I've kind of listed out about 12 months for the year, Jan to December, if you scroll all the way across. And these numbers down here are Ethereum values, and they're basically just supposed to represent deals. Okay, how much profit I made conducting a deal. So you can see here I made 0.3 Ethereum profit on one deal, 1.5 Ethereum on another deal, 5 Ethereum on another deal. Again, these are all completely made up numbers, but they're somewhat supposed to resemble what my last year looked like. These are 3 deals I made in just 1 month. Okay, doesn't seem like that many if you think about it. It's a deal once in 10 days. So you've got 10 days to look for it, to close a deal and make a profit, turn a profit. So only if you do 3 deals in the month, depending on what those values are, of course, I'm gonna close at about 1,000 USD. Okay. Now in February, say I did 2 really big deals. A lot of the people I was talking to in Jan or the December before that ended up closing. It took a few months to negotiate, and a couple of portfolios closed, and I made 27 Ethereum, bang, 4,000 US dollars. March, it was mostly smaller deals, 600 US dollars, not as big. April wasn't too bad. May, again, probably the worst one, 174 US dollars, made about 4 deals, small deals. June was the big one. Okay, I hit a monster. There's been a few of these in my last 2 years of career. I've hit about 3 to 4 jackpots where they've just paid for everything. They've given me 1 year's worth of income and more, and everything else is on the house. So it's really when I got a couple of these where I really decided to take this full-time stuff seriously. So say in June or something, you hit a monster and you make a lot of Ethereum, 21,000 USD fiat value. Suddenly you feel comfortable for the next 3 months trading, right? And again, July you hit another monster, 29,000 US dollars. Then it kind of quietens down a little bit. You don't make much money. But at the end of the year, what does this look like? Okay, it looks like this, and I guess we can just look at fiat value. It gives us a consistent value that everyone kind of understands. So 62,000 US dollars in fiat. That's at Ethereum trading at 145 US dollars. You know, Ethereum's ranged from about 88 US dollars to all the way up to 400 US dollars in the last couple of years. So we've seen this. This value can go up a lot more. But in terms of our cryptocurrency net worth, we have increased it just from trading. Just from trading, we've profited 62,000 US dollars from current value, and that's what it kind of looks like, right? You don't need to hit a big deal every day. If you just hit a few, or like 4 to 5 medium to big deals for the year, that could be enough, depending on which country you live in, especially if you live in a country that only requires, say, 20,000 US dollars per year to run. But if you're really savvy and you get the hang of this and you build your skills, every now and then you may come across some really big deals, some really big opportunities. Maybe you'll find, Gods Unchained had a legendary chest and a rare chest sale a couple of months ago, or a few months ago, where legendary chests were selling for about 0.8 Ethereum. Now they're selling for 1.8 Ethereum after the pre-sale. So if you dumped, say, 500 Ethereum there, and you kind of had the know-how, understanding that, yeah, okay, Gods Unchained has about $15 million worth of investments or something like that. They've had millions of dollars worth of people putting in their own money to buy cards. They have the liquidity. These chests are going to be rare. If you jumped on it then you would have doubled your money by now. Okay, if you put in 500 Ethereum or whatever. So understanding the economy gives you opportunity, and if you capitalize on that, the great thing is that the amount of people, the pool of people in this space is small enough to, if you're really savvy, you'll be really competing with no one. You're not going to be competing with many people, especially if you have a lot of buy power. You're on your own playing field, and the opportunities that come to you, there's not many people that can capitalize on them, because no one really has hundreds of thousands of US dollars to spend on NFTs, or at least they don't believe in it. I'm not talking about participating in pre-sales. Pre-sales are extremely risky because you just don't know the trajectory the project is going to take after the sale ends. Is volume going to continue? Are the devs trustable, etc., etc.? I'm talking about when volume is confirmed for years and the marketplace has been healthy trading for a while. The devs have fulfilled their promises time and time again. They're releasing a great product. Everything works, seems to be looking good. That's when you kind of want to play a little bit more with your money. And anyway, just wanted to go through what it looks like to become a trader. Taking this full time. It's not consistency in the sense of you're going to be getting the same amount of money every month. It's consistency in the sense of the deals that are coming your way and your ability to capitalize on them, right? As long as some projects have larger investors, like Decentraland was so easy because Decentraland had investors that have put in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there was so many of them where they had bought pockets of lands where each land flip would be in like at least 3 to 4 Ethereum, just because, not 3 to 4, say 1 to 2 Ethereum just from one land flip, and you could buy portfolios of 10 to 15 lands and make like 50 to 60 Ethereum. And if you've seen my case studies on my website, you would notice some of the deals that I've done, which I really recommend you to do is go to dclblogger.com and make sure you read those case studies, because you'll see exactly what I mean. But yeah, going to a daily, transitioning to daily is you can obviously, the more money, you're competing with people that are doing this part-time. The more time you spend on this, the more money you can make, because of the more opportunities you expose yourself to. And also you can do extra things like, make a data website or make your own NFT project, or you can have a blog like mine and just blog about this stuff and get approached by other people that want to launch their projects and work out deals to do posts, sponsored posts and listings and all kinds of stuff. So again, the more time you spend on the space, the more money you'll make. And it's kind of hard to see this happening, but it does. And daily NFT trading is going to become a thing, just like how crypto trading or a day trader on the charts who buys and sells on the daily, looks at trends and technical analysis of graphs and all kinds of stuff, and he trades based on that. And NFT trading is going to take the same role, although the formula might be a little bit different, but there is going to be a space for it for those that can capitalize on it early. So the skills that you learn today, because the market is so small, it's really like 1,000th of the crypto market at the moment. If the space grows, you have the same skills to capitalize on a bigger market, and the skills are going to be the same. The same skills you're going to be using now, you're going to be applying them in the next, in a larger market. So the potential to make more money is going to be even greater. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. And I encourage people to learn trading NFTs or understanding where opportunities are, just because the space is so small. So once it grows, you're just going to be way ahead of everyone else. So that's also the reason for these tutorials, is to kind of educate and kind of get people ready for capitalizing on this next run. So that's it, guys. This may be the last video, but if you require any more videos of me to cover, let me know and I will do that. But hope you enjoy the series. I'll see you guys in another video.